This is John Kidover, Chicago mayoral candidate, reading Ayn Rand's The Virtue of Selfishness, page 86. And then, on some gray middle-aged morning, such a man realizes suddenly that he has betrayed all the values he had loved in his distant spring, and wonders how it happened, and slams his mind shut to the answer by telling himself hastily that the fear he had felt in his worst, most shameful moments was right, and that values have no chance in this world. An irrational society is a society of moral cowards, of men paralyzed by the loss of moral standards, principles, and goals. But since men have to act so long as they live, such a society is ready to be taken over by anyone willing to set its direction. The initiative can come from only two types of men, either from the man who is willing to assume the responsibility of asserting rational values, or from the thug who is not troubled by questions of responsibility. No matter how hard the struggle, there is only one choice that a rational man can make in the face of such an alternative. April 1962. Chapter 9, The Cult of Moral Greatness by Ayn Rand. One of the most eloquent systems of the moral bankruptcy of today's culture is a certain fashionable attitude toward moral issues, best summarized as, there are no blacks and whites, there are only grays. This is asserted in regard to persons, actions, principles of conduct, and morality in general. Black and white, in this context, means good and evil. The reverse order used in that catchphrase is interesting psychologically. In any respect one cares to examine, that notion is full of contradictions. Foremost among them is the fallacy of the stolen concept. If there is no black and white, there can be no gray, since gray is merely a mixture of the two. Before one can identify anything as gray, one has to know what is black and what is white. In the field of morality, this means that one must first identify what is good and what is evil. And when a man has ascertained that one alternative is good and the other is evil, he has no justification for choosing a mixture. There can be no justification for choosing any part of that which one knows to be evil. In morality, black is predominantly the result of attempting to pretend to oneself that one is merely gray. If a moral code such as altruism is in fact impossible to practice,